today we are going to be doing a seed dissection. As you see, we have two plates in front of us. Here the seeds are dried, while here the seeds are soaked. So we have been soaking these seeds in this plate for the last 12 hours. So as you see, these seeds have germinated. Germinated means it is starting to grow and bulge up. The seeds that we have in these plates are kidney beans, black beans, black-eyed beans, and mung beans. In this plate, the beans over here are very much hard and small and not bulged up. While here they're the complete opposite, they're very soft and also bulge up. Dissecting the seed, we will also be explaining the parts of the seed. So now let's begin the dissection. I'm going to be using the kidney beans, which is right here, and the first layer, which is over here. It's right now starting to tear apart. This layer is called the seed coat, and this seed coat is the outer layer of the seed. The seed coat is mainly used to protect the seed against anything. We're going to be slowly tearing off the seed coat. But the seed coat feels mostly like paper, this time wet. As you see over here, I have kind of pinched my kidney beans and they split into two. These both halves are very much symmetrical with each other. So now let's move more further into it. This part and this part right here, they are called the dicotyledon. Before the plant can even start to photosynthesize, the dicotyledon is what gives nutrients to the seed so that it can start growing. This entire part, somewhere this middle part that's a bit starting to layer, but this part that's also shooting up, these together is called the embryo. The embryo is split into two parts. One, the radicle or the young root, and the other, the young leaves. The young leaves is a little bit layered, not that much, pretty hard to see. But as you see, the young leaves, the first leaves form here, and the radicle is what the roots start to grow. After that, we're going to be working on the black beans. So the outer layer looks like this, it's mostly black. But once you slowly start to tear the outer layer part, don't go like too hard against the outer layer. The seed coat of the black bean is fully out. Now we'll be moving on to the inside. Just like the kidney beans, it also has a radicle, and slowly you can see these bubbles a bit, which gives it a much more better view. But this part is the young leaves. It gives the leaves. This is where the first leaves grow. This is where the radicle or the young root, which is right here, slowly starting to pop out. This is where the roots start to grow, and these other parts, this is where the cotyledon is being formed, and it gives the nutrients to the seed. It is basically like a food supply. Seed gets all its nutrients from the cotyledon before it actually starts to photosynthesize. Now removing the black-eyed seed coat, and now we're going to be viewing in the inside. Slowly remove it, and as you see, if you look at it right here, the leaves were slowly starting to create a bit, and there was another one actually starting to pop out. The roots became a bit more bigger, and it was actually using the cotyledon, which you can see some cracks over here. It was using the cotyledon and using up those nutrients so it can grow those leaves, which are right here, and also grow the roots. Turns out this black-eyed seed is started to germinate much more quicker than any of the other seeds. Next, we're going to be moving to the mung seed. So if we move to the mung seed, it's right like this. We're going to be removing the green outer layer. And also, it turns out this has germinated a bit more. There's also leaves. There's a second leaf already forming out right here. As you see, the second leaf is forming out. So it turns out this also germinated a lot, just like the black-eyed bean. Now I'm going to reiterate the parts of the seeds. Right here is the radicle. Over here, this is the radicle. The roots that are slowly starting to pop out. This over here, this leaf, is the young leaves, and this is where the first leaves form. Then after that, over here and here, these are the cotyledon, And lastly, the outer layer of it right here. And this is called the seed coat. And this whole thing over here, the young root and or the radicle and the young leaves, these both are called the embryo. This is the diagram of the parts of the seeds. You can see this is the radicle, this is the young leaves. This whole thing, the young leaves and the radicle, these both are called the embryo. This would be the outer coating or the seed coat, and this right here would be the food supply or the dicotyledon. One interesting fact that I found is that their seeds can be specified into two ways. One is monocotyledon and the other is dicotyledon. Dicotyledon means that you can split the seed in two parts, like this kidney bean, and over here seeds like rice, which is right here. Over here there's rice. They cannot be split into two, so they're called monocotyledon, and the ones that are called dicotyledon means they can be split in two. Thanks for watching.